Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to attempt to repair the driver's seat in my 2008 Ram 1500 truck, and I'm having to do this because the tilt adjustment mechanism, which allows you to obviously adjust the angle of the back of the seat, that mechanism failed and my seat is stuck in almost a completely vertical position, which is pretty uncomfortable when I'm driving. So I'm going to tear this apart and see if I can repair this. I've actually already, as you can see, I've already torn into this a little bit to diagnose the problem. And don't worry, I'll show you how I got to the condition I'm in now. Initially, I was hoping that I could just repair the existing seat, but once I got everything taken apart and diagnosed the problem, I realized that I'm actually going to have to replace the upper portion of the seat. And unfortunately, the seat frames are no longer available new. And I looked high and low, couldn't find a used one either, at least not online. So I ended up having to go to my local junkyard, and thankfully I was able to find a similar third generation Ram that still had the seat intact. So I went ahead and pulled the upper, well, I pulled the entire seat out, and I've since taken the upper portion off, and I'll show that to you in just a little bit. But in any case, what we're going to have to do is take the seat out and replace the upper section. I suppose you could do this without removing the seat. The tricky part is getting to the bolts that hold the upper portion of the seat. On the driver's side, they're accessible here and here, but on the console side, they are kind of tucked down in there in the crevice against the console. So suppose you could remove the console itself and not have to mess with the seat. That might actually be slightly easier, but in my case I'm actually planning to replace the cushion and the fabric cover while I'm at it. So in order to do that and make it easier, I'm just going to take the whole seat out. You know, as you can see, I've got some of the classic cushion foam failure and torn seat cover here from sliding in and out of the truck. So I've ordered some replacements online, and I will post links to those in the video description in case anyone's interested in replacing theirs as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. As I mentioned, I have already removed the plastic skirt that goes along here. It looks like this. And there's a second removable piece that goes in this hole here. It looks like that. That covers the seatbelt connection, where the seatbelt bolts to the seat frame. Obviously, I've removed this already. I had to drive the truck since I tore it apart, so I had to put things back together enough that I could safely use the seat. So I ended up leaving this plastic cover off, but here in just a moment I'm going to show how I removed that. Now in the clip I'm about to show you, you'll notice that the seat is already partially removed when I decided to remove this skirt. That's not the best order to do it in hindsight, as far as I'm concerned. So what I would suggest is making sure your seat is fully moved forward all the way this way. I've got my battery disconnected right now, but slide your seat all the way forward before you disconnect your battery, and that will give you easy access to the screws that you'll see in the next clip. To quickly summarize though, there's one in the front, there's two on the side, as well as one that holds the lever on. This electric switch also clips to the back of it, and there's a plastic knob that you'll see in the next clip that has to be removed. And then there's a fourth screw on the back side here, and I'll show that in the next couple of clips. So first thing we want to do is get this plastic piece removed, and then we can move on to the underside of the seat. there's a series of bolts and electrical connections under there that we need to disconnect, and then we can actually take the entire seat out of the vehicle. So check out these next couple of clips where I show you how to remove that plastic skirt, and then we can move to the underside. So it looks like we got a series of Phillips screws. There's one here, there's one here, one inside the lever, and then there's a little plastic cover that conceals the seatbelt connection. If you just lift on the top and gently pull away, it'll snap out. And we've got another Phillips screw there. I think that's it. Okay, it looks like I actually missed one Phillips screw for this plastic side skirt, and it's behind this little flap in the back, right there. All right, I took the last screw out. I was afraid of this, but it looks like I may have to actually disconnect the seat belt from the seat frame so that I can get this plastic cover off, because obviously it loops around behind the seat belt. To get that off, you're going to need a Torx bit. It looks like it's a T45. So that's what the bit looks like. So I'm going to try to get this off and see if that gives me any luck pulling that plastic cover off. I'll be right back. Alright, you can see I finally got this plastic side piece removed, but I learned a couple of hard lessons because I snapped it in the process. Pretty irritated with myself about that. I mean, it's cosmetic, it doesn't really matter, and I can glue it back, but it'll never look the same, and just kind of mad about that. But if you look at the back side, there's a couple of hooks, or actually 3 hooks that hook onto this metal rail here, and I knew that, but I just couldn't get this third one free because the back piece of the plastic kind of wraps around on the back of the seat, and it was just hooked, and in the process of manhandling it, I pulled too hard and broke it. I'm not really sure what to tell you other than just be more gentle than I was. And to be honest with you, I've given up on trying to get that connector loose. I feel like an idiot, but I can't. I feel like the tab I need to squeeze is on the back side, and I just can't get my finger in there. So I'm just going to remove the entire power seat switch housing. To do that, you need to carefully pop off the plastic switch. And to do that, I actually took a little paint can opener tool, stuck it behind the switch cover, and just gently pried. I was afraid I was going to break this too, but I assumed that it popped off like that, and thankfully I was correct. You can see the backside of it is just it's got some plastic tabs that kind of spring out and snap back in place once it's pushed on there. So now to get that off, there's just a series of there's those gray plastic wings there that have holes in them that correspond to these little tabs on the housing. So I'm just going to gently pry these out, get the whole housing loose, and then I can remove the entire harness. Okay, so hopefully you get the idea about how to remove this skirt right here. Once that's out of the way, we can move to the underside. Now, what I'm going to try to do is unbolt the seat from the mounting brackets. You can see there's a mounting bracket here and another here, and there's a series of 13mm bolts that clamp those together, so mount the seat to the bracket. And I'll see if I can give you a good angle here. You can see one right there, and this, you can see I don't know if you can see the nut, but you can see the stud there, I believe. We're going to need a deep well socket like this to fit over that stud. Like that, because the stud sticks down fairly far below the nut, and I don't think a standard socket will get that off. But there's one in the front, and then there's two farther back. Sorry, I'm not doing a great job with the camera here, but hopefully you can see those in the background, there and there. And then the same on the console side. There's one behind this connector. I don't know if you can see, but right above my finger that I'm wiggling there's one, and then two more in the back. Sorry, it's dark, but should have turned the flash on for this, but they're back there. And I'll show those in a second in better detail. But because this one in the front is blocked by this connector, what we need to do is try to get that connector out of the way. And to do that, it's kind of held in place by this bracket. And if you can see, top side, there's a little plastic stud that slides through the bracket. And we just need to pull down. I think what I might do is slide a screwdriver in here and just kind of pry and wiggle and see if I can get that to pop free. Let me grab that and see if we'll get that out of the way so we can expose that mounting stud. Okay, I got the flash on, so hopefully you can see better now. So we're just going to take a screwdriver and see if we can't gently coerce this out of there. Almost. Come on. There we go. All right, so now that that's out of the way, that should hopefully give us room to get to this guy right there with the 13 mil socket. And loosen it, remove the nut completely, and then you can see the other two there in the background, towards the back of the frame. And then again, there's same thing on the driver's or the door side, two in the rear and one right there in the front. Now you can also see there's quite a few electrical connections under here to this harness. We will have to remove those, but what I'm going to do is take all the mounting nuts loose, and then we can actually take the seat and sort of lean it back and rest it on the back, and that'll give us easier access to those connections, so we can not have to struggle with them. So let's go ahead and get these 6 13 millimeter nuts removed and see if we can tilt the seat back. All right, I've gotten those 6 13 millimeter nuts out, so we should be able now to gently lift the seat so that those mounting studs clear the bracket underneath, and then tilt the seat back. So hopefully you can see this on screen. Got the seat out of those holes. Now we just need to gently rock it back like that, and that's going to give us nice access to all of those electrical connections under here without having to fight underneath the seat. So let me regroup and we'll move on to disconnecting all of those next. All right, so we're going to go ahead and work on getting these connectors removed. I'm going to start with this one over against the console. It's actually got a black retaining clip here that holds it onto the underside of the frame, and that retaining clip slides into this slot, so this thing actually goes on there. It will look something like that when you get under here. If you're able to pull up and get it off this clip, that'll make things a lot easier, or you may be able to just pry the clip out of the frame, which is what I did. And then it allowed me to, you kind of have to pry down. If you see this little triangular ramp there, looks like that catches on the back side of that clip. I don't know if you can see that, there's a little ridge right there that I think that catches on. So you kind of have to pull down and slide to get this off. Now to undo the connector, I've already got it removed, as you can see, but the connector goes like this. And you'll see on the bottom, when you find it again, it's going to be facing like this. This little red tab has to be pulled back towards the front of the vehicle. So slide that red tab back like that, and then you can squeeze like that with one hand and pull the connector with the other hand. And I'm gonna see if I can put my camera on my tripod here and demonstrate this, because it gave me a little bit of trouble. So I want to see if I can make this clear for everybody. Okay, so I'm holding this end with one hand. I'm going to squeeze, pinch in like this with the other, and it comes apart. Okay, so that's how that one works. Thankfully the rest of them seem to be easier. Pull this back off the tripod so I can give you a better angle. All right, so we've got two motors here for the seat adjustments. If you have a manual seat, you probably don't have these. But you can see in the center of the connector, there's a little button right there. You just need to push that in like so and gently wiggle. It should back out. And then we got to do the same thing with this one. See the button right there? Press in, pull out. All right, that's two down. Let's see, the last one is up here at the front of the seat. And this one you have to press from the back. See that little tab that moves when you press in and pull out, and that one's removed. So in theory, the seat should be fully disconnected. Nope, sorry, I lied. We've got, let's see. No, that's the truth, actually. We've just got a retaining clip here that holds the harness to the underside of the seat. So we need to pry that off like so. And then we need to fish the seat switch between the this bar here and the frame. Let's see if I can push that through gently without kinking anything. So it just barely fits. There. So now the seat is totally free from the vehicle, and I can go ahead and lift it out of the truck and change the back from outside the vehicle. So let me pull this out of here and we'll move on to the next step.